Guys, Flip Otaku, welcome back, and today I'm really excited to talk about No Guns Life. Stay tuned. No Guns Life is a new seinen manga put out by Viz under their Viz signature banner, and it is written and illustrated by Tatsuko Karasuma. And guys, a few months ago I talked about how there was no seinen manga that I was really interested in. Ever since I stated that, there's been a handful of series that I've picked up and just absolutely have been enjoying, and No Guns Life is one of the highlights of 2019 for me so far, of manga and anime, of anything I've, entertainment from Japan that I have consumed this year. This is one of my favorite things. And at first I thought it was going to be a comedy because our main character Juzo has a revolver for a head, and we don't even know where his eyes are at. That's actually part of an ongoing joke, is like, where the hell are your eyes? But he's got a gun for a head. He even has the handle and the trigger in the back, and someone else has to pull that trigger. It is like a last-ditch effort. If he's ever in dire straits and he's got someone along with him, you pull that trigger and it does massive, massive damage. Now, I don't want to dive in too much into the story because Volume 1 is pretty story-heavy and it sets up a lot of stuff. But there's a lot of cool world-building details in there, and I'm going to get to those. So, for instance, No Guns Life is set in a cyberpunk future, but it is a noir story. So imagine Sin City set in a cyberpunk setting. That's exactly what this is, actually. Reading this gave me the world, like the vibe and the characters, some of the bad guys, definitely gave me very similar vibes to when I read Frank Miller's masterpiece. This is a fantastic read. And doing research on this manga, this has been out in other territories for a very long time, and I'm actually kind of mad that we haven't gotten it sooner. Japan only has about 8 volumes, so we're getting 2 this year, and then the third one's coming out sometime in January. I think Volume 2 is in November. But yeah, Right Stuff shipped my copy out early. This isn't supposed to be out till another week as of recording this video. But I'm really glad they did, because when I sat down and read this today, I was trying to choose between this or Way of the House Husband. And when I read this, I was absolutely just thrilled. Like, I loved this volume. It's actually pretty thick too. I'll show you guys. It's a pretty thicker Viz signature books. That pink looks really nice on the spine. But the story, Juzo is something known as the Extended. Now, the Extended are people who have modified their bodies. He has got a gun on his head, and he's got a gun in his hand. As you can see right here, he's putting bullets into his hand, and he uses that to like punch, and he can like use the bullet, and his strength is just ridiculous. He also has little gadgets and gizmos all over his body, and when he gets into a couple situations, he uses those to break free. And it's alluding to that he's one of the toughest Extended ever made, because he's an older model, but he's still able to keep up with the newer models and take them down. So when I said that this is a noir story, he has his own business where people come to him, and they ask him to be his bodyguard. They ask him to help protect some kids, and he gets this case where another Extended breaks into his office, and he has a child with him. And I don't want to say anything else because the story is really dark. Like, this is a really dark story, and it touches on some serious stuff like child slavery. This company is testing out these new parts on children, and they're like breeding them to just basically become guinea pigs. And it's a pretty heavy subject matter, but it really makes this world feel dreadful. Juzo takes on this case, and I feel like this is going to be a rather long and large arc. He has one of his allies is a woman who is one of the best surgeons in the business. She helps Juzo put out new modifications on his body, helps tune him up, and when he gets hurt, she helps fix him up. Now, the world building is really cool. So there's a moment. I'm not going to dive too much into spoilers, but there is this fight with this Extended who is like a spider, and she shoots out. It's like a robot spider. She shoots out poison darts, which I thought was a little weird. Like this cyberpunk setting, this poison darts. Well, the poison was actually bad coding, and it was hacking into these people's like mainframe. So like the way that they put their like modifications on it is that they install a subbrain underneath your brain, and they wire everything into that because the human brain couldn't process all these extra things. It's actually, the world building goes pretty deep, and it actually gives pretty I mean, it's a manga. You gotta take a leap of faith when it comes to your, is it called suspension of disbelief? You gotta definitely go in with that. But it tries to make sense of its world in a way that I can actually appreciate, and I can actually go, okay, you know what? Yeah, in order to have an extra 8 appendages as a robot spider, you would need a different brain. Like our brains couldn't, probably couldn't handle that. But yeah, so it's bad coding, and I thought that was a really cool, nice touch, and that doesn't happen until like another chapter. Juzo is a typical tough noir, main guy. He has the witty one-liners that are cheesy and corny, but he plays it super seriously. As silly as some of the stuff is in this manga, it's played very seriously. Actually, at the end of each chapter, there's this little saying that I want to share with you guys, because every time I read it, I cracked up laughing. Here it is. It would say, "No Gun's Life," and it says, "The gun smoke drifts, the muzzle talks." I just think that's absolutely hilarious, and I kept reading it in that voice while I was flipping through the pages. And the artwork is really, really, really good as well. It matches that world. It's kind of, the artwork reminds me of a mix of Kyuhei Shida and Tomo Nihei. Kyuhei Shida, of course, has done Dorohedoro. Her new series, Die Dark, is ongoing. Tomo Nihei has done Bland, My Sidonia. It's a really cool mixture of those two. But it does stand out on its own. I want to maybe show you guys one piece of artwork without, jumping into spoilers and, getting flagged. But yeah, that is the artwork right there. Really, really cool. But the kid that he is protecting has a thing called the Harmony device on him, and he can hack into other Extended's brains and take control of them. And from there, I'm not going to go into any more details. You guys got to pick this up. If you're looking for a new seinen and something that's fun, something that's got a lot of, like, it seems like it's got a lot of lore pre-written out. Like I said, the whole coding thing, that doesn't come till later. And if you aren't like really paying attention to like the conversation and how it's flowing, you're gonna miss that, because it's like one little sentence, but it's little details like that that I really appreciate, and I feel like makes this world feel bigger than it is. And I cannot wait till volume 2. I can't wait to see where this series goes. Between this, Way of the House Husband, and Levius, I think seinen's doing pretty all right, guys. So let me know if you guys are going to get this in the comments down below, and let me know what you guys think of No Gun's Life. I think it is a must-buy first volume. This left me with really high expectations for where it's going to go, and I absolutely love this. I thought this was fantastic. I keep using the same verbiage: fantastic, wonderful, beautiful, art, blah, blah. But yeah, this is the highest recommendation I could give you. This is a flip otaku manga, and a lot of people don't know is that I like old noir stuff, old noir stories, but I also love futuristic stuff, and I also love cyberpunk stuff. And this is a cool blend of noir, cyberpunk, and horror. There are some horror elements into this. I forgot to mention that, but like the fear and the dread that is expressed through the children and what they're going through, you definitely feel that. I definitely felt that, and especially as a dad. I mean, it was pretty harrowing. But anyways, guys, let me know what you think. I'm Flip Otaku, and if you guys are new to the channel, I just hit 2K. Thank you guys all so much for that. If you guys are interested, subscribe, ring that notification bell, blah blah blah, all that usual YouTube jazz. And I got a lot of new content coming up, guys. I got first impressions for Way of the House Husband, Witch Hat Atelier, which is overdue. And I am restarting Dorohedoro because Volume 23 finally came in the mail. And I'm going to restart Dorohedoro, and that's going to be my next huge, long, epic series review. I've done Battle Royale before, Blam, and I've done Gantz as well. So that's the next big one. And let me know what you guys want to see down below. Do you guys want to see more anime content? It's been a while since I made an anime video, but I'm not going to ramble on too much longer, guys. I'm Flip Otaku, and I'll see you guys next time.